Water is the first ingredient in your steak marinade, and salt is the second. That's Stubb's beef marinade, and it's number 7 on this list. 7 bottles and pouches that read like a chemistry set, when what you're actually buying is seasoned tap water at a steakhouse markup. And here's the part that stings before we even start. The flavor barely reaches the meat anyway, so you're paying a premium for a bottle that mostly coats the outside. By the end, you'll know the 7 bottles charging you for water and salt. You'll also get the 2 products that earn every penny, and the 3-ingredient fix for about $2. So let's start with that Stubb's bottle, because it's honest compared to some. You grill on the weekend, you grab it off the shelf, you trust the little logo. I get it. Now flip it over. Water leads the list, then a tamari that's mostly water and soybeans, then vinegar, then a seasoning blend where salt is the very first word. Down at the bottom you'll find xanthan gum and guar gum. Those are thickeners, and they are there for exactly one reason. They make thin, salty water look and cling like a rich sauce. It isn't poison, and it tastes fine on a burger. But you are paying $4 or $5 for water, salt, and 2 gums wearing a costume. And hold on to one thread here. That little logo isn't an independent Texas pitmaster anymore, which is going to matter a lot in about 90 seconds. Number 6 is Lawry's, the steakhouse marinade your dad probably has in the door of his fridge right now. Same trick, slightly fancier suit. On the steak and chop bottle, water and vinegar trade the top 2 spots, then salt, then modified cornstarch. That cornstarch is the tell. It does nothing for flavor. It is there to thicken water so a thin liquid feels like something you couldn't have poured yourself. So do the arithmetic at the shelf. You are paying steakhouse money for a bottle that is mostly water, a splash of vinegar, and a spoonful of starch. Skip it. Number 5 is where it gets a little insulting. That's Grill Mates, a dry marinade packet where salt is literally the first ingredient printed on the front. But here is the real kicker. The directions tell you to add your own 1/4 cup of oil, your own 1/4 cup of water, and your own vinegar. So read that back slowly. You buy a tiny packet of salt and spice. Then you supply the actual marinade yourself, in your own kitchen, out of your own pocket. You are doing the labor and paying for the privilege. Now connect the dots. Those 3, Stubb's, Lawry's, and Grill Mates, are all owned by one company. McCormick, 3 labels, 3 price points, 1 identical playbook. And remember that, because a 4th name on this list is hiding in the very same cabinet. We get to it at number 1. Number 4 is Dale's, the cult steak seasoning people across the South swear by like it's holy water. Pull the panel. The first ingredient is soy sauce, and that soy sauce is water, salt, hydrolyzed soy protein, and a little corn syrup. After that comes onion, garlic, sugar, and whisk. Now I'm not even dragging the flavor, because it is genuinely good on a ribeye. But the Pitmaster forums say the quiet part out loud, and they're brutal about it. One guy posted his recipe to clone the whole bottle. Take a jug of soy sauce, add a pile of salt, stir, that's the trick. So it's salty soy sauce in a nicer bottle, and you're paying the premium for the shape of the glass. Your call, honestly, it's a fine flavor. Number 3 is Allegro, the one with the loyal following and the marinate everything promise stamped right on the label. And look, I wanted this one to come out different, but the label opens with a soy sauce whose own first ingredient is water. Then it adds a second scoop of plain water right after. So it's a soy and salt base, watered down twice, with a little lime and garlic riding along for the flavor. Better than most, sure, but it is still mostly water you are paying to carry home from the store. The pattern does not break just because the fans are louder. Number 2 moves us over to injectables, and this is where the markup gets genuinely bold. Take Tony Chacheres Creole Butter Injectable. It leads with water, then salt, then a Creole blend that starts with more salt. Now here's the twist that actually got me. It is sold as a butter injectable, but there is no butter in it. The buttery part is natural butter flavor sitting near the bottom of the list. I'll be fair though, it does contain a little sodium phosphate, and unlike everything else so far, that ingredient genuinely does something. We'll come back to why. But at its price, you are mostly injecting salted butter-scented water deep into a turkey and calling it a treatment. It's theater with a needle, and number 1 is the one that should make you set the bottle back down. The Cajun Injector Creole Butter Marinade reads water, salt, red peppers, spices, and natural butter flavoring. No butter again, obviously. Remember that fourth hidden name I promised you? This is a Chacheres product, and Chacheres is McCormick too. So 4 of these 7 all trace back to the exact same company. But here is the real gut punch, and it has nothing to do with the bottle. A huge share of supermarket turkey, pork, and chicken is already injected with a salt solution back at the plant. Water is weight, and weight is profit. So picture the full sequence. You buy meat that was pumped full of salt water for the producer's profit. Then you pay $10 to inject even more salt water on top of it. That is the entire game, start to finish. So the point of all this was never to scare you off flavor or make you feel dumb for owning these. It was to stop you from paying sauce prices for tap water. And honestly, the same label game runs the whole grill aisle. I keep a report card on who really owns which grill brand. Same trick, bigger price tag. Because here's the good news, and it starts with the science that ends the argument at the counter. The crew at Amazing Ribs actually tested this, and their science advisor proved something simple and final. Marinades are a surface treatment. Only salt travels deep into meat. Period. End of story. In one test, salt sat in a pork loin for a full hour and moved inward about 2 millimeters. After a full 24 hours in a brine, it still had not reached 1 inch deep. And oil doesn't penetrate at all, because oil and water don't mix, and meat is mostly water. So every oil-based marinade is a coating, not a soak, no matter how long you wait. So that one fact rearranges everything. If only salt goes deep, then the cheapest and most powerful move you own is simply salting your meat well ahead of time. That's a dry brine, and it beats most of that shelf for free. Now, the 2 products that actually earn their money. The first is a real phosphate injection like the Cosmos Q Reserve Blend. And yes, I know I just spent 8 minutes dragging bottles, so hear me out on this one. That powder is 40% sodium phosphate, plus hydrolyzed protein and real beef stock. Phosphate is not salt water pretending. It binds water inside the muscle fibers, not just around them, and plain salt simply cannot do that. The second is a straight phosphate like the one Butcher barbecue sells, stirred into your own homemade broth. Competition teams win real money on this stuff, and that is not marketing talk. It holds moisture in a way your pantry honestly can't fake. So if you compete, or you're smoking a lean brisket flat that always dries out on you, those 2 are worth every dollar. For everyone else at the backyard level, save your cash. You don't need them. Which brings us to the $2 version the actual pitmasters use when nobody's filming. The guy who basically wrote the book on brisket injects with exactly one thing: plain beef broth, about 1 ounce per pound. Want the 3-ingredient upgrade that tastes like the fancy bag? Beef broth, a little salt, and a splash of Worcestershire for that deep umami. That's the whole recipe. That is what people pay $15 a bag to imitate. And if you want the true competition edge, add a single teaspoon of food-grade phosphate to a cup of that broth. It costs pennies per cook, and it's the same chemistry as the expensive stuff. Mix it fresh right before you inject. For a marinade, don't overthink it either. Salt the meat a few hours ahead, then hit the surface with oil, acid, and spice right before it hits the grate. The salt does the deep work, the rest brings the flavor to your tongue. So the label was never technically lying to you. It just counted on you never flipping the bottle over and reading the word water sitting right there at the top. But now, you read a panel like a pitmaster does. Salt goes deep, everything else rides the surface, and water in a bottle is still just water with a price tag. You don't really need that shelf anymore. One honest note before you go. Nobody pays me for any of this, no sponsors, no affiliate kickbacks. I started building it after my brother-in-law lost $600 to a grill that rusted out in 2 summers. Who really owns the grill brands, and who's quietly on the kill list? It's all in the brand report card. A wrong grill is a $1,000 mistake. This one's $20 once. You already got today's answer free either way. The link's in the description and the pinned comment. Next time I'm opening the spice rack itself. That smoked paprika and the hickory seasoning in your cabinet have a backstory honestly worse than anything in this video. YouTube thinks you'll like this video, so click it. And if you made it to the end, subscribe,